皆さん、お稽古お疲れ様です。And welcome back to Beyond the Dojo. Thank you so much, guys. I am actually right at the studio where I always hold my online lessons, and it's just a little bit before the Saturday class begins. I had a little bit more time, so I was like, why not record a Beyond the podcast? So, the Golden Week that I've been talking about so much is over now, actually. The last episode was right before it, and now it's actually right after it. The Kyoto seminar that I was talking about, Seki Sensei, the headmaster of Asayama Ichiden-ryu, he comes to Kyoto every year during the Golden Week season. The first week of May in Japan is called the Golden Week because there's a sequence of holidays, and he always comes to Kyoto, which is the prefecture where I live. For the past 13 years, I've been living in Kyoto now, and I was born here actually. But he comes and takes part in a lot of Budo-related events. Yeah, because it's the Golden Week, then people are on holidays, so a lot of people who are training in Budo will be able to participate in these events, right? So the All Japan Kendo Federation holds many events. There's also the dedication performances and such, and so there's actually one day in between these events. And the past couple of years, Seki Sensei, Asayama Ichiden-ryu has been holding these day seminars for anyone who is not living in the Kanto area. The Kanto area is the area where Tokyo exists, basically. So nearby would be Tochigi Prefecture, Saitama Prefecture, Kanagawa Prefecture, that area, the middle of Japan, basically. And the people who are not living in that area, it's really difficult for them to train in Asayama Ichiden even if they're interested, right? So every year this season, Seki Sensei has been holding these extra seminars, either in Osaka or in Kyoto, but this year, because I have now gotten the permission to run the Kyoto Dojo, I've actually said that I'll take care of running these events from now on. So this year we held the event in Kyoto. Yeah, and I'm really, really happy to announce to you that it was a huge success. Thank you so much. Yeah. So first of all, we were selling tickets on our website, and 20 people signed up to come to the event, and also probably 5 or so people each from the Kyoto Dojo and also the Osaka Dojo, Osaka branch came too. So there were more than 30 people. I think it was around 35 people in total if we included the senseis who participated in the event on that day. And yeah, it was massive. Yeah, we rented a very big dojo in Kyoto called Rokushikan. Rokushikan is a dojo that's in the Kyotanabe area in Kyoto, which is the southern part of Kyoto, really close to Nara Prefecture, where the deer park is. Yeah. My university was actually in the Kyotanabe area of Kyoto. But there's the Kansai, I'm so sorry to be explaining so much about the geographic characteristics of Japan, but Kansai area is the area where, Kyoto, Osaka, Nara, these prefectures, Hyogo Prefecture, Mie Prefecture belong to. And so I was, almost 10 years ago, when I enrolled in university. I enrolled in university in Kyoto, actually. So I was living in the Kyotanabe area for 3 years, I think. Yeah. So yeah, anyways, it was kind of like going back to where I went to university for many, many years. Yeah. Long time ago, of course. But yeah, so it was a really huge, it's a huge dojo, but it was actually pretty packed with people. Yeah, which is very exciting to see. It was great seeing that there was so many people enjoying the training. And the seminar itself was actually only in the afternoon. So there was one session from 1 to 3 and another session from 3:30 to 5:30. So in total, there were 4 hours of training and 30 minutes in between. And about 80% of the participants among the 20, basically, they took part in all 4 hours. Yeah, some of the participants only took in half, but most members took on the all-day training, basically. And the members of the Kyoto Dojo and the Osaka branch, or Osaka Dojo, we actually had training from the morning. So our training started from 10 a.m. And from 10 to 12, we had training for basically the Ichiden-ryu members, the official Ichiden-ryu members, and especially for those who are going to be taking the Dan promotion exams. So this time, we actually had 4 people who took the first Dan exam. One gentleman from the Osaka branch, and 3 people from the Kyoto Dojo. Yeah, and I'm very, very, very happy to announce to everyone that all 4 members who took the first Dan exam this time passed successfully. Yeah, so very, very happy. Especially the members who took the exam from the Kyoto Dojo. They just joined the dojo about literally just about half a year ago, and that's the minimal amount of time you need to have before you can apply for the exam. So once you become an official member of Asayama Ichiden-ryu, there has to be at least half a year before you can apply for the first on exam. But they were almost exactly around half a year. So they worked very, very hard. We have trainings 2 days a week, and it's 3 hours each. But of the two members from the Kyoto Dojo worked very, very hard. One of the members was actually visiting Japan at that time. He came to Japan last summer during the training camp season. He signed up to Asayama Ichiden-ryu, so he was able to apply for the first on exam this time. But he also did a very good job too. And he'll be moving to Japan very soon, so he'll be joining the dojo, Kyoto Dojo officially very soon, which is very exciting. Yeah. Yes, I'm very, very happy that everyone was able to pass. I was probably more nervous than the members who were taking the exam, because even though I'm still just almost third dan, still second dan trainee, I'm in charge of sharing what I've been taught from Seki Sensei to the members of the Kyoto Dojo, right? So if I have not been explaining the techniques correctly to the members, then they will not be able to learn the techniques properly, right? So I have a very big responsibility, and it's a huge honor, but it's also a very big. It's very there's a lot of pressure at the same time. That makes sense, But I was very happy. The senseis, Kao Sensei, Kurosawa Sensei, also Seki Sensei, they told me that they're very happy to see that both the Osaka branch, also the Kyoto branch, are running very well. Both the Osaka and Kyoto branch, we almost have around 10 people now. Yeah, and the branches are functioning properly in the Kansai area, even though it's very far away from the Enbu Dojo, which is in Ibaraki Prefecture. So they literally told us that they're very, very proud and happy about it. And I was almost about to cry, to be honest, because the pressure, I have, I feel every time I go to the Kyoto Dojo training is humongous, to be honest, because to be honest, I am very confident. I am very confident as the person to have, what should I say, transferred Seki Sensei's messages, his teachings to the world the most. I am definitely the person who has listened to what he has explained to the members overseas the most seriously, of course, because I have to translate for him. I am very confident that I've been listening to what he has been saying, memorizing what he has been saying the most among all the members. I can say that with confidence. But yeah, understanding what Seki Sensei says and being able to actually do what he says is a completely different story, right? I'm sure you will all understand, but that's what I'm working on right now. So with words, I can definitely explain what he has been teaching us. I can absolutely share very accurately. I'm very confident about that. But can I show a technique accurately? Can I actually demonstrate it accurately? Now that's a completely different story. And of course, you can't learn techniques just by listening to instructions, right? That's impossible. You got to see good examples, and you got to have a good instructor, a senpai, to actually show you the good example, right? So that was the part I'm very, very, I'll always probably be nervous about, but yeah, I was very happy to hear that the senseis are, very glad that everything is working out. And the Osaka branch head, his name is Ueda-san, and he's actually the same age as I am. He's born 1994 as well, and we're both very, very happy. Yeah, and there was actually a after party kind of thing after the seminar. Yeah, so there was how many people were there? I think there was 14 people who took part in the after party kind of thing, the members of Asayama Ichiden-ryu. Yeah. But Ueda-san and I were saying that let's work hard together. Yeah, he and I became even better friends. I already liked him. He was an amazing person, but after these events, I really like him even more now. And we were saying that we definitely have to go to an izakaya and grab more drinks together. Yeah, maybe have another chance. Yeah. And again, after the Kyoto seminar, by the way, there were two dedication performances, the Hono Enbu, we say. So in the world of Japanese Budo, there's this concept where we believe that the gods of Shintoism are the ones who allow us to train in Budo. So as a way to express our gratitude to the gods who allow us to train in Budo. We have these opportunities where we go to these shrines and show our progress, basically, to the gods of the shrines, you know? And yeah, so it was my first time taking part in a Hono Enbu, and I did on the first day, which is the next day after the Kyoto seminar. The first day was the Shimogamo Jinja Shrine. I'm sure if you've ever went to Japan before, went to Kyoto before, or are planning to come to Kyoto, I'm sure you've heard of this name before. Shimogamo Shrine is one of the most famous shrines in Kyoto. And also the next day was at Shiramine Jingu Shrine. And I was really surprised. It was my first time going to Shiramine Jingu Shrine. If you have a chance to come to Kyoto, please visit. That's the place where Ichiden-ryu and a lot of other Kobudo-ryu styles did the Enbu together. But it's actually really interesting. But it's a shrine that enshrines a god of ball sports. So like soccer, baseball, football, you know, and it's really, the history is really interesting. So it'd be great if you can check it out. But the second day was at Shiramine Jingu Shrine. Yeah. And the members who can participate in these Hono Enbu are the members of Asayama Ichiden-ryu who's been chosen by Seki Sensei who can represent the Ryuho style. Yeah. So it's not just by technique, but he is, of course, seeing us by personality, because when we go outside and meet other Ryuho styles, the people, you know, the other Ryuho styles will see any of our members and think that, okay, so this is what Asayama Ichiden-ryu is about, right? So we can't just randomly have anyone, you know, be on the stage of those shrines and have them perform. But it was our first time, both for Ueda-san, the Osaka head, and also for me to take part in the Hono Enbu, and my senpais, fourth dan senpais, they were all telling me that, oh, it's your first time, wow, you know, and your first time is actually Shimogamo Jinja Shrine. That must be really, really nervous, you know. And it seems like in the Kanto area, there's a lot more opportunities where there's like smaller dedication performance, or not even dedication performance, but more just like an event. And it's less nervous because there's a lot of other people performing at once or stuff like that. But it seems that the Shimogamo Jinja, Shimogamo Shrine, Hono Enbu is quite of the pressure, it seems. Yeah. But for me, I wasn't really feeling that nervous, I don't think. I was, I guess, a little bit worried about what kind of condition the floor is going to be, because a lot of my senpais and the senseis were telling me the floor is really slippery, and it was very slippery, by the way. But I was a little bit worried about that. But I wasn't so nervous because, you know, Hono Enbu isn't a place where we try to show off, if that makes sense. You know, it's a place where we rather purify ourselves and try to generally show our progress to the gods that we must show our appreciations to, right? So, and so yeah, I was just like, okay, I'll just do the best that I can. And for me to be able to do the best that I can, I need to stay as calm as possible. So I was like, you know, I'm not trying to, the gods aren't going to be grading me or anything. Yeah. And I've been doing the best I can. I can say that with confidence too. You know, I've been doing the best I can. So I was like, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. And it was an amazing experience being able to be up there. And such an important, there's a small area where you get to do the Enbu, but unless you have these special occasions, you will never be able to enter that area, you know? So being able to stand there, you know, alongside the senseis and also my senpais, and being able to, you know, represent Asayama Ichiden-ryu, you know, I'm still, of course, the Kohai side, of course, but being able to represent Asayama Ichiden-ryu was such a great honor. And in terms of technique, by the way, there was too many things that I still need to work on. And I'm starting to think that I'm starting to feel that I'm starting to develop some bad habits after, again, because I record everything, right? I record my online lessons, I record the Kyoto Dojo's training. I always watch myself after class and see how I'm doing. That's like my routine, you know? So I'm always watching, and like recently I'm starting to develop a bad habit of my lower body and upper body moving separately, if that makes sense. My lower body is moving, but my upper body, my head is like, you know, left behind, and it kind of waves to the side as I move. Yeah, it's turning into a bad habit, I think. So I need to fix that. But I saw that during the Enbu too, and it's definitely not a good Enbu at all. We'll be sharing everything once I get the videos and footage from the professional cameraman that we hired this time. He's a great friend of mine, by the way. But he's actually traveling Europe right now, it seems. I was looking at his Instagram, and he was traveling Europe. So I think it's going to take a little bit more time for him to send us the videos. I'm not too sure. Maybe I could wait for him to share the footage before I post this podcast, but I did want to talk about the events as soon as possible, though, because it's going to be more and more in the past, right? So I wanted to share this with you while all the memories are still fresh, if that makes sense. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, if all the footage are here, I'd probably be showing you the videos. I think I'll do that, I think I'll wait until that. So maybe when you're listening to this, it's been a lot more time after the Golden Week, but yeah, and I just wanted to share this with you as soon as possible. But anyways, yeah, it's the first day, the second day. They're both really great, and the waiting time is super long though. So there's a ceremony. Let's say the first day, Shimogamo Shrine, there was a ceremony at 12 o'clock, and all the members who are going to be on stage will have to receive these purification ceremonies, if that makes sense. And the time we actually did the Enbu was from 4 o'clock, and the Enbu time is less than 10 minutes. All of us, yeah, it's from the senseis to us, to Ueda-san and I, So it was only 10 minutes per Ryuho style, so less than 10 minutes actually. So you wait for more than 4 hours and you only get to do it for like less than 10 minutes. So the waiting time is so long. But because of that though, I was able to talk with the sensei, the senpais, and also with Ueda-san. And it was a very, very fun time. You wouldn't usually get to stay at a shrine and, look at all the details and walk around, read the history and all that kind of stuff if you don't have vacation like that, So I was really grateful, being able to do that. And of course, watching all the other Ryuho styles perform and seeing the differences, seeing the similarities were all really, really interesting. I was able to talk with a lot of other members of different Ryuho styles and such. And I was really surprised that quite a lot of people know me. Yeah, I guess because I do show up on the Japanese YouTube channel for Asayama Ichiden-ryu too. So quite a lot of people knew about me, and a lot of people came up to me to say hi and stuff. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. I really can't wait till next year. Running the event itself, the Kyoto seminar and everything, because it was my first time running an event inviting Japanese participants. There was a lot of small mistakes that I made. I really wish I could have done better, but that's the same for the Ichiden-ryu training camp the first year we did. In 2024, we held our very first annual training camp. And there was a lot of small things that I made mistakes, and I was like, I definitely want to do this better next year. And then last year, of course, I did try my best to, make things better and everything, but still there was a lot of things I needed to work on and such. So hopefully this year I'll be doing even better. But that's the kind of thing that we absolutely have to have experience. And so, yeah, I'm just really, really excited about next year. And maybe next year, I was actually talking about this, but I might be able to take part in the dedication performance as a Negishuri Shurikenjutsu trainee as well. So I'll be really loving to training very hard in Shurikenjutsu training as well. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast too. Then I will have to start my class in a couple of minutes, so I'll get going. All right, guys, thank you so much. And if you have any questions about how the event went and how the Hono Enbu are held and such, it'd be great if you can let me know anytime. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll talk to you in the next episode.